Please remain standing while the DSU Concert Choir leads us in the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red flag of bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. As president of Dakota State University, it is my pleasure to welcome you to this fall 2010 commencement. It's a little hard for me to apologize for the weather, but I will tell you that yesterday when I drove up to the field house about 8:30 or 9 o'clock and couldn't see the front door of the field house, it was an easy decision to try to say that, well, perhaps we should try to move this. I do want to thank everyone who made special efforts to be here and to have this occasion be a special occasion for our graduates despite the challenges of the weather. Our December commencements are always special because it happens at a time of year that holds for most of us special memories and feelings. It is also a time for family and friends to gather, and this commencement offers us another opportunity for that and for us to be together. This occasion centers on a celebration, a special recognition of accomplishment, and a pride in the effort, the persistence, the fortitude, and the commitment that have made it possible for these men and women to mark this special time in their lives. Over the last few weeks, I've had the opportunity to write a couple of articles in the Trojan Times that are fondly referred to as Knowlton's Notes. One was very serious and one was a little tongue-in-cheek, and I would like to share a couple of thoughts from both of those articles, and I hope that in some ways this reflects the very, very serious educational activities that these graduates have been engaged in, and also the fun that make a university experience memorable. Universities across this country are spending a significant amount of energy trying to understand the factors that help students to be successful. Some of this angst and activity is driven because of a recognition that the United States is falling behind other countries with regard to the educational attainment of their population. Thus, we need to find ways to attract more students, more ways to help them be successful, and ultimately to do what you all are doing today, graduating. Dr. George Koo, one of the nation's preeminent authorities on student success, has identified a number of factors that influence the eventual success of a student that enters post-secondary education. One of those factors that I find most intriguing is what is termed engagement in a high-impact activity while being involved in their educational experience. He identifies service projects, clubs, athletics, and other kinds of experiences as a way for students to be engaged with their other students, the faculty, or members of the community, and that this meets the criteria of a high-impact activity. One of the activities that has been recently listed on that list of high-impact activities is work. And I'd like to see how many students who are in our graduating class actually, during the time that they were here, going to school actually worked. Okay, almost all of you. We are in fact aware that we may be able to change that work into something that's more thoughtful and productive and reflective, and we will be at Dakota State University looking at ways to do that. I think that this is an intriguing idea, and DSU will in fact follow the lead of some other institutions in looking at how do we make that work mean more. Now for the fun part. Most of the students and faculty know that I am an admitted technology addict, and that I can get absolutely giddy over discovering some kind of new information technology application. This fall, DSU rolled out use of QR barcodes on lapel pins, and you'll see one on the building if you drive down Washington. They're showing up sort of everywhere, and it's a new way to access information. And I boast that I am convinced that I am the only university president in the country that gets into his office using a scanner that looks at the pattern of the veins in the back of my hand and lets me in the door when it identifies that in fact it is my hand. It is all about communication and the application of this explosion of information technology in our world, and DSU is in the middle of it. One of my true hopes for this graduating class is that you will have caught the fever at some level, not necessarily at my level, but that you will bring this focus on information access, organization, analysis, and presentation to the careers that you pursue. Now, I know I can go a little overboard, but two of the latest technologies that I read about I think have tremendous application. The first is an alarm clock that when a student tries to turn it off, it actually takes off and moves across the room. All right? Now, my vision of students running down the residence hallways to catch their alarm clocks just has to make the world a better place. All right? The second is an iPod speaker system attached to the toilet paper dispenser in bathrooms. Now, I just have to believe that there is some type of environmental impact from the reduction of paper reading materials in the bathrooms. Okay. I do hope that you had some fun applying some of the applications of technology while you were here at DSU, not just in terms of playing video games. Okay. And that it has, in fact, contributed to a robust experience for all of you. I will get an opportunity shortly to congratulate you in a more formal way. I am so pleased to have some honored guests with us on the stage today, including our Board of Regents representative, Regent Patrick Weber, and a representative from our Alumni Association, Ms. Callie Walkenfuss, and they will be formally introduced later. I'm not sure, but there was a couple of guests that may not have gotten here because of the weather. A couple of our state representatives, Gerald Lang and Russ Olson, are either one of them here? Perhaps not because of the weather issues. Now, I am particularly pleased, grateful, and personally honored to welcome our speaker today. Since May 2004, Mr. Mike McDowell has served as the General Manager of Heartland Consumer Power District in Madison. He has worked in the electric industry for over 25 years, serving as CEO of both utility trade associations as well as operating utilities. McDowell has served on the board of directors of the American Public Power Association, the National Association of Municipal Utilities, and chaired committees of the National Rural Electric Cooperative Association, responsible for national energy policies. Mr. McDowell is a graduate of the University of Kansas, holding a bachelor's degree in education and political science, as well as a master's of public administration. He has served in leadership positions in numerous community organizations, and he currently serves on the board of directors of the Lake Area Improvement Corporation. Please join me in welcoming a very good friend of Dakota State University, Mr. Mike McDowell.
Thank you, Doug, for that very kind introduction. The check will be in the mail tomorrow. Dr. Knowlton, Regent Patrick, faculty, parents, guests, and most of all, you graduates who we honor today. I need to tell you the last time I had this academic garb on, my parents were in no particular order, very likely celebrating the release of their finances from bondage and hoping that I didn't get drafted to go to the Vietnam War. I'm not sure which one was primary in their thinking that day, and I never asked. I also want to let you graduates know that don't worry about the size of this notebook. I agree with Gary Trudeau, the creator of the Doonesbury comic strip, who said that commencement speeches were invented largely in the belief that outgoing college students should never be released into the world unless they were properly sedated. I'll keep this reasonably short and hopefully sweet. I don't expect you to remember all that is said here today or who said it. I do expect that you will become productive and involved citizens. One order of business before I go too much farther involves the president of this great university, who is a personal as well as a professional friend of mine, but I heard something that I need to pass on to the graduates here. Understand from a very reliable source that Dr. Knowlton was looking at his calendar this morning and discovered on his appointment calendar a graduate back to campus for a class reunion. I just wanted to tell you, Dr. Knowlton, and thank you for inspirational advice you gave at a commencement some years ago. And why thank you, Dr. Knowlton was pleased to have this kind of recognition from one of his graduates. Of course, he couldn't remember what he had told this graduate, so he said, perhaps you could refresh my memory. What was it that I said that inspired you so much that day? The graduate leaned forward in his chair and looked earnestly at the president, and he said, I've lived my life by these words that you said that day. Keep moving, keep moving. So, graduates, now you've passed all your final exams. You've finished all your research papers. Maybe you've filed application for graduate school. Maybe you've started drafting your first professional resumes and perhaps already had a celebration with family and friends. Now what? It's here that the script ends. The rest of your life is pretty much unscripted and waiting on you to fill in its form and fill in its content. A couple of things about job searching. I came across this one. Recently, Professor Saul Gittleman cheerfully told graduates of Tufts University, don't worry about that first job, kids. The one you'll have in 3 years hasn't even been invented yet. Besides, as one of my favorite comedians, Stephen Colbert, said one day, if someone does offer you a job, just say yes. You can always quit later. Then at least you'll be one of the unemployed as opposed to one of the never employed. Nothing looks worse on a resume than nothing. You're graduates of one of the highest rated universities among its peers, and I know you know that. This means a wealth of opportunities and possibilities are just ahead for you. Each of you, no matter your degree, enters a rapidly changing cultural and economic environment. And I want to paraphrase what Bill Gates said about it recently and about how these changes and their impacts will affect what you do with your careers. I know you know this, but it's worth repeating. Low-cost personal computers gave rise to a powerful network that has transformed learning and communicating. The remarkable thing about this network is not just that it collapses distance and makes everyone your neighbor. It also dramatically increases the number of brilliant minds that can work together on a problem, and that enhances the rate of innovation to a staggering degree. At the same time, for every one of us that has access to this technology, there are 5 people who don't. That means many creative minds are left out of this network, smart people with practical intelligence, relevant experience, who don't have the technology to hone their talents or contribute their ideas to the world. We need these people. We need as many as possible to have access to this technology because these advances have triggered a revolution in what we can do for one another and what we can do together. They are making it possible not just for governments, corporations, universities, and other organizations, but even individuals to see problems, work on approaches, and measure the impact of their efforts to address the pressing issues of our time. The graduation degree you've earned from Dakota State has provided you with the opportunity to participate in and shape this revolution that is transforming the world. And believe it or not, your time is limited. I hope you will be able to say 30 years from now, I made a difference. And believe me, the time passes rapidly. You would also be wise to heed the words of President Obama, who told some graduates from the University of Michigan earlier this year, and I quote, "With iPods and iPads and Xboxes and PlayStations, none of which I know how to work, information becomes a distraction, a diversion, a form of entertainment rather than a tool of empowerment. You have the opportunity to move beyond those limitations and use this technology for something much greater." In commenting on the revolutionary technologies that you now possess, South Dakota's own Tom Brokaw said recently, "You have at your disposal an assortment of nimble and powerful tools that can assist you. Cyberspace, the internet with its vast universe of information and capacity for research and communication, gives you a large spectrum on ever smaller devices. But these tools are not oracles. They complement your heart and your mind. They do not replace them. You won't get a Google alert when you fall in love. You'll likely find hits for poets and others trying to describe that irreplaceable and mysterious emotion essential to human beings, but all the search engines in the world can't replicate that feeling. I request this of you. Don't surrender your human experience to 140 characters in Twitter, despite the fact that I spend quite a bit of time on Twitter myself, or posting on Facebook, however easy and tempting that may be. I want to leave you this quote from one of my favorite modern rock stars. Most of you that are graduates will know who this is. It's Bono. And he drove home for me a very powerful point. And it goes like this. So my question, I suppose, is what's the big idea? What's your big idea? What are you willing to spend your moral capital, your intellectual capital, your cash, your sweat equity in pursuing outside the walls of this university? The world is more malleable than you think, and it's waiting on you to hammer it in shape. Your degree is a blunt instrument. Build something bold with it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike, for agreeing to share your thoughts. And I want to share with you that yesterday morning when I called him, knowing that this could be a problem because of schedule, he immediately said, "No, I'll be there tomorrow," and I really appreciate your being here. Now I am extremely pleased to introduce the DSU Concert Choir under the new direction of Sandy Champion to perform the piece titled "I'll Be There." The selection features Devin Schreiner as soloist.
We must bring salvation back. I'll be there to comfort you, build my world of dreams around you. I'm so glad I found you. I'll be there with a love so strong, be your strength. You know that I'll keep hanging on. Let me fill your heart with joy and laughter. Togetherness is all I'm after. Just call my name and I'll be there. I'll be there. I'll be there. I'll be there. Just call my name and I'll be there.
I'll reach out to protect you with an unselfish love that respects you.
Just call my name and I'll be there. I'll be there to comfort you, build my world of dreams around you. I'm so glad I found you. I'll be there with a love so strong, be your strength. You know that I'll keep hanging on. If you should ever find someone new, I know he'd better be good to you. 'Cause if he doesn't, then I'll be there. I'll be there. Don't you know, baby, yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there. Just call my name and I'll be there. I'll be there. I'll be there. I'll be there. Just call my name and I'll be there. I'll be there. I'll be there.
Thank you to the members of the concert choir for your entertainment today. I'm Dr. Cecilia Whitmire, the Academic Vice President at DSU, and it's my pleasure to now call upon a member of the graduating class, Jenna Lene Youst, to speak to us on behalf of the graduates. Jenna, would you please come forward? Jenna is graduating summa cum laude with a degree in elementary ed and special ed. She's a member of Phi Eta Sigma, which is an honor society, and also Kappa Sigma Iota, a DSU honor society. In recognition of her campus leadership, she was named to Who's Who among American colleges and universities. And outside of the classroom, she has served as an English tutor, as a writer for the student newspaper, as a student orientation leader, and as a member and officer of several student organizations. And on top of all of that, and in addition, she has always found time to work and to also be a volunteer in the community. So please welcome Jenna Yost.
Good afternoon. It's so nice to see so many of you here today. I'm glad the weather cooperated with us. So, what an honor it is for me to have the privilege to stand before all of you this afternoon and address the family, friends, faculty, administration, and of course my fellow graduates as we celebrate this great day in our life. First, I would like to say congratulations to all of you graduates. As the past 4.5 years of my life have flown by, I'm sure many of you can relate to the question I have as to, where did the time go? I cannot help but think that those 4.5 years have been consistent in one state of mind, always going. Going to class, going to do homework, going to work on a project, going to hang out with friends, going to bed, going home, going to have to stay up late to get this paper done. The list goes on and on. Continuing that state of mind, I feel as if today and the past few months have consisted of going to finish projects, going to complete my credential file, going to search for a job, going to graduate, and going out into the real world. I'm sure some of your going-tos might have been different from mine, but we've all been busy going to do something. Furthering this thought, I would like you to think about 3 questions this afternoon. Who are you, what are you doing, and where are you going? The first question, who are you, drives the last 2 questions. Who you are drives what you are doing and where you are going. So who are you? Who and what drives the person you have become and the things you have chosen to do so far? With all of that, you come to today and beyond to decide where you are going to choose to go. I can think of one distinct time where all 3 of these questions really hit me all at once. I've never been a very daring person. In fact, I consider myself cautious and always analyzing even when I try hard not to. The particular moment I am thinking of was one where life started to become a lot clearer and taking a risk helped me to take a leap out of my comfort zone. In this moment, I decided to jump off a cliff into a lake below. I will admit, initially it took a few minutes to gain the confidence to take that leap of what I would consider definite faith. I stood atop that cliff thinking of everything that could go wrong, and yet how bad I would feel if I did not do it. My friend who took me to do this daring adventure just smiled at the fact that I had to have a little pep talk with myself before actually jumping. Finally, he said, "You just have to stop thinking and jump. Just turn off all your thoughts and go for it." And I did. In one solitary moment, I let go of everything and committed to the jump. As anyone knows or might guess, when you jump off a cliff, you cannot turn back. Same thing applies to life we live every day. The days to come are going to be filled with decisions that might require you to take a leap of faith. Where should I move? What should I do? Should I buy that house or that car? Should I marry him or her? Just like making the decision you did to invest your education at Dakota State University, you will be taking many leaps and bounds into the great unknown. Just know that life will probably be messy a time or two. You might not get that job you really want. You might have to move here or there before you find the right fit. However, I hope you, as I, will not forget the following statement. It is what gets you where you want to be that matters most. Your education, your family, your friends, etc. all helped you to get to where you are today. Before I close, I would like to ask first for those who are family or friends of a graduate getting their degree today to raise their hand. Next, I would like those here who are faculty and staff of our fine university to raise their hand. Graduates, let's take a look around and not forget this moment. These people are here for you today to celebrate with you and to show you that they have been with you all the way to today, and they will be there for you beyond this time. May you go from this place knowing you have been a blessing to someone in this room. Know who you are, what you are doing, and where you are going. You might have to have a defining jump off the cliff moment to put it all into perspective, but I hope that you will enjoy those you meet along the way and are blessed in all you choose to go and do. The following prayer is one I would like you to take with you. May we see the big picture of every day that we are given, beyond the simple phrases to the whole sentences of life's paragraph. Give us vision. Amen. Once again, congratulations to the newest alumni of Dakota State University. We made it.
Thank you, Jenna. The quality of education on any campus absolutely depends on the faculty. And Dakota State has a faculty who are recognized widely for their innovation, their commitment, and their willingness to take on new challenges. They are also a faculty who care deeply about the success of their students and the quality of their educational experience. Today, Dr. Jim Janke, Associate Professor of Finance for the College of Business and Information Systems, who so ably carried the mace forward in the procession, has announced his retirement next May. Dr. Janke has provided admirable service to the South Dakota system of higher education and to the alumni of the university through his dedication in and out of the classroom, and he has also taken the opportunity on a few occasions to provide this president with some personal advice that I very much valued. I ask Dr. Janke to please stand and be congratulated on his retirement. I now ask that all the current faculty here today to please stand and to be acknowledged for all the support they provide to students during this educational process and for the dedication that they bring to their teaching. Please stand. Degrees are authorized by the South Dakota Board of Regents. We are pleased that Student Regent Patrick Weber of Vermilion was able to join us to authorize these degrees. Regent Weber, the faculty of Dakota State University, have determined that these candidates comprising the 128th graduating class have or will complete all requirements for the degrees indicated. I am pleased to concur in the recommendation of the faculty and present these candidates to the Board of Regents for the awarding of degrees.
First of all, I personally, and on behalf of the Board of Regents, would extend the warmest congratulations to you on this tremendous achievement culminating today. I'd say good luck, and I mean it, but you won't need it with a degree from this institution. By authority invested in the Board of Regents by the people of South Dakota, I, as a member of that board and in its name, authorize President Knowlton to award degrees.
I now call upon several individuals to assist me with the awarding of diplomas. I ask that these persons rise and be recognized. Please hold your applause. Dr. Cecilia Whitmire, Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Omar L. Gayar, Dean of Graduate Studies and Research, Dr. Carrie Forbes-Boyd, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, Dr. Tom Halverson, Dean of the College of Business and Information Systems, Dr. Judy Dittman, Dean, College of Education, Dr. Mark Hawks, Graduate Program Coordinator for the College of Education, Ms. Amber Rost, Assistant Registrar, Ms. Jennifer Mees, Graduate Programs Assistant, and Student Marshals Kim Ireland and Ashton Lansing. The Assistant Registrar and Graduate Programs Assistant will please bring the graduates forward to receive their diplomas.
Will the candidates for the Master of Science and Master of Science in Education degrees please rise and come forward? In the College of Business and Information Systems, Master of Science in Information Systems, Saravanan Babu. Sandeep Kumar Lakaraju. Ravi Kumar Reddy Police. Sunil Kumar Upaluri. Swetha Vamula. Harith Yalagandula. In the College of Education, Master of Science in Education and Educational Technology, Julie K. Lefevre. Michael Perrion. Monica Lee Stambaugh.
Will the candidates for the baccalaureate degrees please rise and come forward? From the College of Arts and Sciences. Jacob Jonathan Farman. Christopher M. Forsting. Jordan Charles Frisch. Jamie Grimes, cum laude. Joshua Huyu. Gretchen E. Larson. Joel R. Maassen. Grant Miller, cum laude. Carolyn Mary Vogel. Adam Wells. For the College of Business and Information Systems. Alex Binder. Chantel Marie Casper, cum laude. Amanda Daniels. Tyler James Fettrell. Jason Furr. Brandy J. Hahn. Jared Storr. Alyssa Ann Kirk. Bryce Allen Kreitzfeld. Michael Paul Lustfield. Michael W. Meehan. Natasha Ransom. Kimberly K. Striley. Dana Voracek. Tara Westra. For the College of Education. Tanya Alderings. Tyler Bolstead, magna cum laude. Kimberly Elaine Carmichael, cum laude. Beth Ann Entringer. Chad Allen Gray. Nicole M. Hahn. Stephanie Lynn Harrington. Shiloh J. Harzma. Amanda Hillstad. Lisa Marie Jacobson. Cassie Miller Bangasser, magna cum laude. Kristen Elizabeth Miller, summa cum laude. Brianne Marie Nelson, magna cum laude. Emily Rena Olson. Melissa Rachel Olson, summa cum laude. Aaron Klingberg Post. Sarah Jean Rice. Zane Robert Rodner. Jeffrey T. Zawatsky, summa cum laude. Katie Jo Schmidt, magna cum laude. Matthew Michael Schrank. Samantha R. Warnke, magna cum laude. Jenna Lene Yost, summa cum laude. Will the candidates for the associate degrees from Dakota State University please rise and come forward? From the College of Business and Information Systems. Deborah M. Ruffing. Eric Schwinger.
Will all the graduates please rise? By the authority vested in me by the South Dakota Board of Regents, I hereby confer upon each of you the degrees to which you are entitled with all the rights and privileges appertaining thereto. You may move your tassels. Please be seated. Members of the Dakota State University Fall Graduating Class, we are proud of your accomplishments. I invite the parents, families, friends, members of the faculty, and honored guests to join me in applauding your success. It is now my pleasure to call Callie Walkenfuss, who is a local realtor and manager of the Lakes Resort, to the podium. Callie serves on the board of directors of Dakota State University Alumni Association and will welcome our graduates as alumni of the university.
On behalf of the Dakota State University Alumni Board of Directors, congratulations, graduates. No one needs to remind you that you are entering the most techno-savvy job market that the world has ever known. Social media, such as Twitter, MySpace, Skype, LinkedIn, and Facebook, will drive the way in which you communicate and network. Mark Zuckerberg was only 19 years old when he created the Facebook empire, which now has 500 million active users who spend 700 billion minutes per month communicating with their networks. Our network, the DSU Alumni Association, would like to add you as a friend. Please confirm, not ignore. Update your status to proud DSU alum. Start networking, tweeting, blogging, and messaging us where you're living, what you're doing, and tell us about your successes. Stay connected. Chat with us. Tag us in pictures. Click like when we send you updates. Poke us to remember you. Click attending when you're invited to a DSU function. Share with us about your families, your marriages, and your births. Join the DSU Alumni Association and proudly proclaim it as your alma mater. As you walk out those doors today, you join the ranks of the most elite social network in the world, the network of DSU alumni. A graduate of the top regional Midwest university, 5 years running. We're changing everything. Are you ready?
On behalf of the faculty, the staff, and the students of Dakota State University, I thank you for attending, making the special efforts to be here today. this fall commencement of Dakota State University. My congratulations personally to the graduates on your accomplishments and my best wishes for your future plans. We invite you to join your graduate and the faculty at Dakota Prairie Playhouse over across the street. You should be able to see it now without the wind blowing across the street, for punch, coffee, and cake in recognition of today's graduates. And just a little side plug, if any of you are sort of in the Christmas spirit and feel like you'd like to continue, joining us this afternoon at 4:30, our choir will be presenting a concert, something to do with the Grinch, I understand, right? Okay. Not that there's any Grinches here, by the way. Graduates of DSU, you have joined thousands of DSU alumni who have crossed this stage before you. Many of those alumni are in the audience today in support of you and your accomplishments. I ask that any DSU alumni who are present with us today to please stand to be recognized and remain standing. Any DSU graduates, please stand. Please stay standing. I would now ask our graduates and the newest alumni of DSU to stand and join them. Please stand. To conclude this commencement, we ask that the entire audience rise for the singing of the Alma Mater led by the DSU Concert Choir. The words to the Alma Mater are found in the back of your program.
On the eastern plains of South Dakota, where the sunshine is ever near, there's a college we are proud to honor, whose name to us is dear. Cheer her on to victory, now your voices raise, for her colors blue and gold sing praise. Dakota State University, Dakota State University.